Hello everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for Spiegel Mom Scraps. This week all of the sparklers will be scrap lifting our guest designer for the month of September, who is Jen. And I will add a link below to her Instagram and to her blog. I did put a copy of the layout that I am scrap lifting at the beginning of the video, so you can take a look at it. And all I'm doing right now is I'm starting out with a piece of, it's actually textured white cardstock, and I'm using the back side of it so that it's like the smooth side. And I'm just spreading on some gesso here. And that's just the Liquitex Basics, like the cheap whatever version of gesso. So it's kind of the gritty version. And that's why I chose to use the back side of the layout, because I did not want added texture. I find that sometimes it gets a little gunked up, I guess, when I'm using the textured side of it with the gesso. Now this photo is a picture of my daughter and my niece, and we were down at the farmer's market, and they had gotten some balloon animals, and they're just sitting in front of the flowers and being really pretty, so I decided to use this photo. And I'm going to be using a couple collections. I'm using some papers out of the Fancy Pants Joy Parade, which is still one of my all-time favorite collections. And I'm also using Crepe Paper Cute Girl. And pulling out of the 6x6 paper pads here. And then I'm looking through this, I think it's a Craft Market. I can't remember which collection that is, but I don't actually end up using any papers out of that. So now while my background is drying, I am going to start playing with the other layers and things, and I'm using these bits out of the Fancy Pants Joy Parade die cuts, and just trying to decide how I want to do things here. So I'm using the floral from the Cute Girl collection, and I'm just going to back the photo with that. I do play around with using that little scrap of paper somewhere else on the layout, but it doesn't actually make it on there. Also from the Cute Girl is the little cut-aparts, and I'm going to be using 3 of these to mimic the little cluster of cards that were on the original layout. Now this layout, I do end up staying really close to the original inspiration. Obviously I kind of just make it my own, but I stick to the basic layout of her page. So I'm using those 2 papers. One of them has balloons and one of them has like a girl on a scooter with balloons, and I thought they were fitting since they have balloons in their hands in the picture. Usually I'm not that literal of a scrapper, but it just worked out really well. And I love the colors. The colors are just amazing. So, and I'm going to cut this little cut apart that says Happy Girl into a tag, but I don't end up putting a hole in it. I just leave it kind of the way it is. And I'm just working on kind of where I want things to be laid out here. Just going to adhere those 2 pieces together to create kind of my main cluster, I guess, on the layout. And I put that floral paper over there, but I end up taking it off because I feel like it kind of throws the balance off of the layout. Now my cardstock was already kind of bent up before I even started using anything on it. It just, I don't know, it just got stored poorly, and so it just, whatever, was kind of bent. It's been really humid here, and I think maybe that has something to do with it too, so the corners were kind of curling. But anyhow, I am going to use some of this watercolor, and this is from Michaels. It's just the Artist Loft palette or whatever that I think I got for $4.99 with a coupon. I'm going to use a teal color, a purple, and a pink. And also using the packaging smooshing technique. And I am also using a wet baby wipe, which is something that I got from Christy, from Christy's Beautiful Life. She says that she really likes the way that the like watercolor and mixed media reacts to it, so I thought I'd give it a try, and I have to say I like it as well. So I will probably be doing that from now on. It doesn't really take the color up as much as like a dry paper towel does, so I really like that. And just adding some more color, and I will come back in and add some more color because I realize I missed some pieces, but I'm going to pull out my Shimmerz sprays. I have pink Stilettos, which is a Coloringz, Jeni-B-Bleu Vibez, and Night Moves Coloringz. Now the difference between these two, the Coloringz do not have the shimmer in them. They are just really, you know, vibrant colors. The Vibez do have a shimmer to them, so when it dries you definitely get, you know, the nice sparkliness of the Shimmerz products. So, and I went a little overboard, but it's mixed media, so it's all gonna be covered up anyway, right? So I just added more and more until I like the way it looks, kind of peeping out from behind my layers. The Shimmerz products, you can get all three of those in the Spiegel Mom Scrap shop. So if you're interested in them, I would head on over there. And you can use my code, which is Daisie15, and that's DAISIE15, to get 15% off of your next order. You're just going to see me wrestle with this paper. So I'm trying to do the layout, but of course it's still wet, and it was already warped to begin with, and it's warping a little bit more, and I'm just, yeah, really frustrated. So I wanted to lay it out on something and kind of push it down, but it was still wet, so I couldn't do that. So there is going to be a little transition in the video here, and I do come back when it's dry, which helps a lot. While I was gone, I also adhered a piece of cardstock to the back in a yellow color that I dislike a lot. And I did go through and outline everything. I outlined the paper, all of the die cuts, the photo, everything has now a black outline. And I use a Uniball Signo 307 Micro, I think is what it is. It's my favorite pen. I use that on everything. I use it in my planner. That's my favorite pen. It's so smooth writing, and it dries super fast, so there's not a lot of smearing, and yeah. So if you're looking for a great pen, I suggest that one. Now I'm just layering these, and I did change up the layers of the little cards down in the corner. I just like this better, and I wanted to cover up that girl on the scooter because that has nothing to do with anything. And I love the way the outlining helps that Oh Happy Day title pop up off of the background page, because it had a white border on it before and it's kind of blending in, but it really stands out now. And I'm just going to mess around with some more of the pieces from the Joy Parade collection. I don't end up adding any of these. I could have cut all this out, but I didn't. So you're just going to see me try out a couple of things. I did like that little snapshot thing and wanted to get it on there, but I couldn't find a third thing in that color. And since that little girl card down on the left bottom there is the same color, I felt like I needed to have another one, and I couldn't find anything to match, so I just leave it off. I am going to come in with one of the bows from the Maggie Holmes carousel. I love these bows. Like, I didn't think I was going to like them at all because, I don't know, it's just not me. But they came in a kit. I didn't buy them myself, but I love them, so I think I'm going to definitely try to make my own. And here I am pulling out the new sequin mix. It's the Water Lilies, and it has this gorgeous pink, a yellow, and like a navy blue. I don't know if it's really navy. It's just a really nice blue. And so I'm going to just layer them around here, and they just give the page the final touch. Like, they just really finish off my little clusters, and I just love the way they fit with this layout. So I apologize if you can hear my dog barking. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching. Head on over to the blog to see what else Jen has created, and I will see you again next time. Thank you. Bye.